what's impressed me most about working with JJ is her ability to present to us solutions to problems that perhaps we sit and scratch our heads about, but she comes up with things that are pretty amazing. So we're really lucky to be working with her, and we look forward to working with her in the future. It's really vital for international schools to have a good quality website and SEO strategy. Largely for student recruitment purposes, it's often the first contact that we have with families, and as an international school based in Japan, our reach is wide and we want to attract a really diverse student population, and we want to support families who are moving to Japan and require an international education. So student recruitment is a very strong part of that. We want to make sure that our messaging, both online and through social media, is clear and consistent and really telling our narrative. We also want to utilize this platform for staff recruitment. As an international school, we have a pretty stable staff, but we're always looking for good people to join our team. And so often when people are looking for employment or opportunities in an international school, they'll often go to the school website. They'll connect with school social media just to get a sense of the school, who we are, what we believe in, what our values are, and get a real sense of our story. So they're the real vital parts of having a strong website and SEO strategy. With a website that perhaps doesn't represent the school well, it's often difficult to manage expectations. So often we find in the education industry, some schools will have, really dynamic or corporate feeling websites, but the reality is very different. So we want to make sure that our website and our social media reflects the truth, is authentic, but also informative, providing families, prospective educators with information that will help them make an informed decision, whether that be joining our school as a parent and student, or joining our school as a part of our staff and faculty. Our website was largely based on very simple template and being driven by a lot of standard Canva type designs. So it didn't really reflect our school and our community. The other part of our old website was that we found it really hard to move things forward in a timely manner with our in-house support, as well as some external support with another provider. So reaching out to Wave Digital Design was a really important step for us. We wanted to make sure that we were moving to a company that was able to provide a professional website, but also a company that was able to listen to our story and help us shape our story and tell our story to a wider audience. Our school has a modest history. We're heading into our 75th year. We wanted to make sure that our story was more clearly told and presented to prospective families, staff, and also internally our community, our existing community. When we looked at our old website and what our old website was presenting to people, it wasn't telling the full story and the full history of Maris Brothers here in Kobe. And so we really wanted to make sure that the new website, was consistent with our brand, consistent with our narrative, and also use language and images that not only provides an insight into the past, but also the present and the future. We wanted our new website to reach to a wider audience. We wanted to strengthen our connection with an audience here in Japan, some strategy with the website, with social media. And we also felt that JJ was a person who was listening to us and understanding where we were at that particular time, but also understood where we wanted to go. And so through a number of conversations with JJ before we made a decision, it was really important for us to feel comfortable having that relationship. And we've actually been really, really blessed to continue a strong relationship with JJ remotely. And often that presents challenges, but with JJ, it's her background in education, her really strong skill set, not just technical, but also her strategic knowledge and understanding of how schools impact the marketplace. So she was a really strong choice for us, and we're very happy to have been working with her for a little while now. The process that we went through in the early stages of developing our new website was driven by JJ. She was very clear about what information she was asking from us. So she was very proactive in providing us with surveys, templates to provide content for her. We were guided through a process, so it wasn't just about looking at templates and images. It was about the why. Why are we doing this? Who is our audience? How are we able to tell our narrative strongly through words and images online? And so we really felt like right from the beginning that there was real clarity in her communication in terms of what she wanted from us. And at the same time, she was listening to us all the way through. She was considering our ideas. She was responding to some of the information that we were sharing with her about our history. And in terms of her responsiveness, we felt that JJ was coming back to us in a really timely manner. We were scheduling online meetings fairly regularly, and she was able to work with other members of our team. So that was also a really important part of working with JJ. She is a really clear communicator. She guides the different members of the team and really leverages their skill set, as well as obviously presenting of her own that will help us develop a really high-level website. So when we talk about JJ's responsiveness, we also were acutely aware in the early stages that we presented some really tight timelines, and that was driven by our open day. We had a major open day coming up, and we were a few months before that open day, and it was a really critical period for us in terms of our student recruitment strategy. And JJ really embraced that short time frame to work with us. We identified with her guidance the priorities, so we were able to stagger some of the development of the website pages. So what was really critical in the early stages was to ensure that we had our history piece, the story of the school, clearly told. But the admissions piece was also a really critical piece. So she was able to set deadlines for us actually through the process. So it was, even though we had presented a really tight timeline to launch the website, JJ was able to break the tasks down into more manageable chunks for us, really prioritizing what we needed on the day of launch, and then identifying other content areas and other functions that we could work on after the launch of the website. And so leading into that open house, there was some functionality that we needed. We needed to make sure that our website linked with our student management system. We needed to make sure that we had data coming into our CRM, and JJ was able to make that happen largely through her organisation, her planning, making sure that we met the deadlines as well. So there was obviously a need for us and our team to work closely with her through that. But the way in which she made the tasks not only manageable, but also the way she communicated what was needed in real layman terms. It wasn't full of lots of technical jargon. It was clear, it was concise, and it ensured that we hit our launch date, and the open day that we launched with our website ensured that we had a really strong interest for our open day. We had our largest number of families come through. We saw an increase in inquiry levels. We saw an increase in booking tours. So it was a really important stage for us. We believe really strongly that the work that we've done with JJ on our website links directly with the outcomes that we're seeing, not just at an enrollment level, but also just internally with our internal community, understanding our story more, understanding our guiding statements, which are communicated really nicely on our website. We think that our website is driving a lot of those positive outcomes. And then, of course, tying with social media campaigns and tying with our admissions process, we can see some really strong inquiry level increases. We can see our increase in tours being booked, and obviously the conversion rate of those two aspects are really important. But our website is also a reference point for people who make an inquiry, they visit our school, they then return to the website for a little bit more information, and then that also plays a part in them making a decision to move forward with the application process. What JJ has set up with our team is some real transparency and visibility through a dashboard where we can see the number of clicks, impressions, and the international reach, which has been really important for us. So one of the key statistics that we look at is looking at who's seeing our website outside of Japan. Our development with JJ has certainly increased visitation for people to our website within Japan, but we're also seeing reach to countries in the US, Korea, India, Australia, China, Taiwan, Singapore, and even Canada. And these are key countries where families are showing interest in our school. They're obviously planning to relocate to Japan for work. And so we're starting to see some really positive numbers in terms of that more global reach, and seeing our website picking up some interest outside of Japan, which is positive. When I think of our old website, unfortunately, I think of a really simple template and some pretty ordinary kind of Canva designed kind of artwork and images. It served a purpose, but in terms of in comparing our old website to our new website, what we see with our new website and our work with JJ, we spend a lot of time with JJ developing the copy. So what we actually say about ourselves in the website, so the language we use, the word choice. And JJ was fantastic guiding us through that process of the importance of choosing words and language that really is impactful and reaches a wider audience. I think the other thing is that JJ's work with our website in terms of working with our photographer, working with our designer, she was able to leverage some of that really good quality, so really strong images, some strong artwork, and she was able to customize our pages in line with our brand guide. And we really feel now that there is strong alignment with our brand, with what we believe in ourselves as a school, and what the website reflects. And I think that much of that is about JJ's ability to understand us as a customer, but also understand the industry that we're in. And also, I think what was really unique is JJ, as a parent herself, she understands what parents are looking for in a website. So that was a really unique part of the experience of developing the website. She brought not only really strong technical knowledge, and her ability to solve problems was amazing, but she also came to us from not only as an expert in web development, but also as a parent, and what she might be looking for as a parent who's looking for a new school. The impression that the website leaves on prospective parents is one of understanding our history, but also understanding that we are really prepared for the future. One of the tricky parts of developing a new website for us was making sure that we acknowledge our history, we value our history, But we also want to present to prospective families that we have a strong foundation, but we are a very progressive educational institution, and we are preparing young people for the future. And I think that our website now captures that really strongly, that notion that we do value tradition, and there are parts of our school that is very much based on tradition, but we're also relevant now. And I think our website says to prospective families that we're a vibrant, relevant educational institution and a place where young people can grow and develop. The other part that I think is really strong through our website now is our focus on character development. And this was something that JJ worked with us on in order for us to tell our story in a stronger way. How are we helping young people become well-rounded, good people who are prepared for society's challenges after they graduate? And I think our website in a number of different areas tells that story. JJ's experience and background in education is really helpful in working with us as an international school. We felt right from the beginning that she had a really strong understanding of the international market that we were trying to reach out to. So her background in education allowed us to have really strong, meaningful conversations about the competitive nature of the international school market in Asia, and particularly in Japan. JJ's knowledge of what other international school groups were doing in terms of their digital footprint globally provided some really strong insights for us. I think her knowledge also helped us to strengthen our point of difference as an international school. I think that she had a really strong understanding that perhaps some competitors, if you can call them that, took a very corporate approach to their web development. And we wanted to stay clear of that. We wanted to make sure that our website was still had that real personal touch, that sense of belonging, that sense of community. And I think that JJ's education background, her experience, her knowledge of the international school landscape really helped shape that point of difference and strengthen that for us as we developed our website. Our work with JJ on our website wasn't just about the look and feel and content and images. It was also about a website that was designed, structured for our audience to interact. And an example of that is our work around philanthropy and our fundraising strategy. And JJ really helped us to streamline that process through the website. And the way that she problem solved for us was really unique. So we explained the context for us, and when we receive donations in Japan, as you can imagine, perhaps a more traditional setting, there's an enormous amount of paperwork and lots of back and forth of communication. But JJ was able to work with us and not only work with our marketing team, but work with our finance team and our business manager to develop a donations page where potential donors can go to our unique web page and provide some information and some details into that particular page. And from there, we were able to automate not only the ability for the donor to make the payment, to make the donation, but also from an automated point of view to be able to generate a receipt and then a special certification for tax purposes. So that was a really important function for us with our strategy around philanthropy, and JJ was really instrumental in developing that. We're currently working on our uniform page, and that's going to be a really exciting development for us, where our families traditionally have had to physically go to a uniform store and purchase their uniform items. And so JJ's working with us so that we develop an online store where our families can purchase uniforms online, streamline payment processes online, and make sure that that then reduces some of our personnel constraints on campus. So families will be able to go through most of that admissions process through to purchasing uniforms for their children, and then coming to campus, collecting the uniforms, and off they go. And again, these types of functions on our website are really critical for engagement, but they also help with efficiencies. They help with our operational team, so just to reduce some of their workload and make sure that those processes are streamlined across the different departments. And we're really looking forward to further developing functions with JJ. I think that's one of her strengths, her ability to identify how technology and the tools that she can introduce to us, how they can benefit rather than hinder our processes. So we think that's a really positive part of working with JJ. What's impressed me most about working with JJ is her ability to build relationships and connect with people in our context, purely online, through online meetings, emails. Her communication is really concise. She's so task-oriented, so meeting deadlines, working within timelines, really encouraging people, helping people to build capacity and develop in-house has also been a strong part of working with JJ. The other part that I've found really rewarding is her ability to mentor members of our team. And I think that's been a really positive step for us, and a pretty significant impact on their work and how they go about their work in terms of admissions and marketing. JJ providing not only some technical insight, but also that strategic piece. So really, for me, what's impressed me most about working with JJ is her ability to build relationships, her ability to mentor and coach and guide members of the team here on the ground. Her insights into education and the education industry has really helped us build a stronger profile online. And I think above everything is her ability to listen to us, hear out our concerns, and then her ability to present to us solutions to problems that perhaps we sit and scratch our heads about, that she comes up with things that are pretty amazing. So we're really lucky to be working with her, and we look forward to working with her in the future.